Sadly, we lost Malcolm Pittock earlier this week. Just been talking to Graham Bennison, who's actually come down from East 5, who used to run with Malcolm. And that's the reach that Malcolm had. That he's got friends travelling from all over the country to come back down. So I just want to say a few words about Malcolm before we do a minute's applause. So having passed away at 92, Malcolm was a tremendous runner, running loads of marathons in less than 3 hours. David's just told me he did London at 66-year-old in 3 hours 20 minutes. That's a measure of how good of a runner he actually was. Anybody that's actually had the pleasure of visiting his home will have seen the absolute wall of medals and certificates from winning races. He's an absolute monster of a runner when he was younger. He's also a massive intellectual and was fondly remembered by many who he taught, and he was an absolute huge campaigner for peace. He became a familiar figure around here at Bolton when he was running in his later years, so I'm sure pretty much everybody here that's from Bolton has seen Malcolm out on the streets, running round in his helmet, touching every single corner of Bolton. So he joined parkrun 5 weeks before his 81st birthday at our event number 2 in February 2011. He completed 40 events in the first 12 months, which included his PB at Bolton, which was 37:47, which is a tremendous time for an 80-odd-year-old. Anybody that's seen the video of Malcolm finishing his 100th run on New Year's Day 2014 will understand just how much he means to this event, to the people of Bolton. So he completed that run. I do say run because when I interviewed him for the Free Weekly Times podcast, he told me his secret was never ever walk. So wanted to stay involved as he finished running. He started volunteering with us, and that's where I suppose a lot of you will remember Malcolm from, sitting in his chair, counting runners back in. I'll tell you what, he was very, very rarely wrong at the end of the run in terms of how many people were finishing. He kept active, so he lived about a mile from here. He used to walk here every single time he was volunteering. So, and many of you will remember his words of encouragement that came from when he was sat there counting the runners in. So as he announced his retirement from parkrun and volunteering in December 2011 after 205 volunteers, his words were, "I don't want to be a burden." And that summed Malcolm up absolutely perfectly, always thinking of others. So today our thoughts are with his wife Gillian, and please join us in a minute's applause to remember the legend that was Malcolm Pittock. So I'll hand over to Christine, who'll get us started for the day.